As we enter the quarterfinal number 4 of Olimoleague November Finals, in the top right-hand corner of this best-of-3 Game 1, starting up on Amygdala, our red Zerg player is Dark. He takes on the blue Terran. On the bottom left-hand side from Team Liquid, we have Clem. As we kick off into Game 1 of this best-of-3, and we kick this underway, let's see how we are going to go. Let's see what is going to go down. Are we pre-recorded? No, Twitch chat is actually an AI generation. So if you're in Twitch chat right now, you're actually not real. You are an AI. You just haven't noticed it yet. And we're using you to populate the chat while the rebroadcasted replay is played on the screens. So yeah, that's kind of you're not no, you're not real. You are an AI. You are an AI. We do have an overlord coming across. We got ourselves set up early. Clem and Dark, what a matchup. At least it used to be a great matchup. We'll see if it still is. Honestly, I don't think Dark's really dropped off. He's just playing in a couple less things. Clem's had a couple of shakier performances recently, maybe worth mentioning. He's not being, the unbeatable Clem that we're maybe expecting. But man, it's Clem TvZ. But then again, if anyone was always able to knock Clem down in TvZ, Dark was one of the first to really figure it out. And, not the newest of maps, but maps a little bit different to usual as well. Might affect Clem too. We had this discussion recently where Clem is maybe one of those players where he really does enjoy to just sit and, grind it out and figure it out and really learn about maps. And he really improves the more time he has to spend on a patch or on certain maps, I think. So maybe today could be a little bit of a rough one for Clem in that factor. But we've been playing Amygdala for a while. Yeah, it's a bit different because the rocks expire at 8 minutes right now, but I don't think we're going to be overly upset about that. As the Reaper comes over toward the natural. We begin our first little bit of Reaper micro as the Reaper and the Zerglings will dance to the tune of some early game harassment. The link speed coming up from Dark, and Clem just instantly into a third command center, so he is wasting no time at all going into the triple CC, getting that economy absolutely booming early, and setting up from there seems to be the way of things for Clem right now. Kling's Queen moving about, command center on the way up. Queen just going to be there. Reaper gets pushed around. The few Lings moving about. Dog's going to get the third hatchery down on that right side as well. It's going to be able to drop that straight into position. A couple of Hellions coming through. The Stimpack starting. Command center building up as well. Hellion the Reaper heading over the right. A few drones coming through. The couple of Queens are going to build. Yeah, see that Reaper Hellion just going to poke away at the hatchery, so little bits of damage being done. Reaper and a couple of Hellions going to poke at the Queens. A bit of damage done there. Obviously still got the Starport coming up. A few Overlords are coming through. Queens are producing as well. And the Queen's going to settle down. The few Zerglings still making their way over out across the left-hand side. So Dark will look for some pincer moves into the base. And this is not walled off, so let's see what the defense is. 2 Marines. 4 Marines. Going to try and pull back behind some SCVs, but we will take some SCV losses. 2 workers initially. It's honestly a very good defense from Clem. To have basically nothing there, like 4 Marines ain't a lot. Only taking a couple of SCV losses is very acceptable in that scenario. I don't think Clem's going to be upset about it. Does pull the Hellions back just in case of further Lings showing up, but we'll just use those to chase those few Lings away. And that will be that for the moment. will be that for now. Just gonna see another depot coming down over on the edge. Aliens and the Reaper just gonna come stepping up. Just gonna come up that right hand side, see where we can get to. And a couple more creep teamers going down. Medivacs Marines coming about. The engineering bays are producing. Our Baneling Nest is about to finish on the side of Dark. And again, the lair is about halfway done. 6 drones, 11 drones actually, in production now from our Zerg. And a couple of evolution chambers to go along with it. Engineering bays coming out from Clem, as the Lings will get a wraparound. He's going to start picking away through the rocks. Wardy, if any of the 6 worker star people want to come for our SC2, will you defend it? If anyone comes into this chat and tries to advocate that 6 worker start is good, I will legitimately just time them out. I genuinely see that opinion as trolling. I'm so deadly serious about this, like, it's so dumb I don't get it, so, yeah. I feel like you're just trying to cause arguments at that point. Couple of Banes actually do not get targeted really. We got rid of one, and then we just kind of lift up. Some of the Banes get to connect. Medevac's lift up. The Queen's just going to get pushed away. 1-1 upgrades. Combat shield coming about. Bane speed halfway done. The melee upgrade coming over. And got a hatchery on the way through with Lings producing as well. As that Queen's make their way about. Just going to be seeing the 1-1 upgrades coming over. The melee upgrades coming through. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have that upgrade lead. Dog just going to head into Ling Bane Hydra. That is a hatchery to take, isn't it? This bottom right base. Is that in position? Is that meant to be like one? I think that's meant to be like over the square, but maybe I'm mistaken. That kind of looks far away now. I think that's like 1 hex to the left when it should be to the right. Ling's going to run across anyway, though, and they're going to just hit a wall, which they do actually kill, but not going to go much further than that just yet. I think Carapace upgrades coming up. Additional Banes, Lings all coming through. The Groove Spines are on the way out. His Marines is going to step forward toward the Queen. Just going to push the Queen back a little bit. Wardy didn't say Oliveira was in my top 5 Terrans yesterday. Yeah, I know. People said it in the chat after. The conversation moved on. Like I say, I don't disagree. Just his name didn't come to mind straight away, you know. I think Oliveira is very good right now, to be honest. And I would have him in the top 5 right now. Oh, no. 16 SCVs go down. No! This third base already just got SCV busted, so Bailing's putting in some work over there. Serious damage done. I trusted in our observer. I looked at chat. I had no idea those Bailings were coming. That base is definitely like 1 hex out of position, no? How did they even get through? Yeah, we might have to go check that one. What was that, like 745, 730? But we'll check about 730 when we come out of this game. Oh no, Ling Bane into the oh god, Clem, no, you can't just leave the depots up. Depot's up, Ling's in the natural, Ling's into the main base as well. Actually, the depot was up in the main. That's even worse. That's a second layer of depot that wasn't raised. Clem with some mistakes, giving Dark chances and opportunities to make this game chaotic. Already lost a bunch of SCVs. The last thing you need after losing a bunch of SCVs is giving Dark an easy way to get a whole bunch more. Finally, we're getting kills on the third. 15 more SCVs go down, and Clem's economy is going to be getting ripped apart. We're going to dive up over here as Dark plays the cleanup on this Marine tank force. Most of the Banelings don't really do much. Clem clearly confident, especially if creep turns around, but that's too many Hydras for the Marines that are available right now. So just going to be seeing those units pulling back the other way. Hive producing, as Dark starts his 2-2. Was actually behind on upgrades at first, but that's no longer a factor. So Dark has made up for the upgrade disadvantage. And that's something which Clem had in his favor that will no longer be there. So a little bit of a shame there. And mistakes from Clem. I actually don't think this was necessarily great for Dark. He needed these run-bys to do damage. And he obviously gets the run-bys to do damage. But I actually think if Clem just raises a couple of depots, Dark's in a little bit of trouble. Because he lost a lot of supply. And if he doesn't kill that many workers, I think Clem's going to be in I mean, Clem is already in a scary position right now still. If Dark had not succeeded with those run-bys, if Clem had just lifted the depots even, I actually think Clem would be kind of, walking over Dark at the moment. Instead, it's going to be a closer fight as Clem sits on the edge of creep. Obviously, he is on creep, which is a factor as well. Wooderwine's going to try and put in some work. Finally firing. For the most part, we just lift into the medevacs and retreat. Love the tank positions up on the corners, up on the ledges. Getting a lot of shots off before they clean up. Clem with a supply lead still. Wooderwine's still going off, getting a couple more units. We continue to retreat away, but should just be able to unload onto these few lings. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Brutal Glance, plus one missiles, T2 melee upgrades. The Hydra upgrade. What do we call that right now? Is that dash? Is it lunge? We'll never find out because this UI is terrible at telling us these things. Oh, there you go. Nanomuscular swell. Bloody hell. Yeah, you know what? I kind of prefer the name Dash. Can't wait for that nanomuscular swell to get into play so we can nanomuscular swarm onwards. Nanomuscular swell. Love it. So how come it's only the tiniest of muscles? Because that's what nano is, right? Nano's like super small. So why is it only the tiniest of muscles that swell? Is that all they need? The tiniest muscles to make them dash forward? It's insane. Yo, why did the rocks stop dying because they're connected to creep? The creep spread connects, and because it's so basically it's a Zerg structure that dies without creep, but if the creep touches it, it stops losing HP. That's funny. It's on the tail? God damn it. It's almost like it makes sense. Ah, gosh darn it. So, look at them coming up. Doc, so we're taking a bit of a supply. He's into the natural again, guys. Lings moving in. It's not going to be too bad. Third base, SCVs. I mean, it's okay. This is kind of bad because we've got two bases that basically just online right now. As Clem is also trying to focus on attack across the map. You can't focus across the map if you're dealing with Lings in your bases. And that's one of the issues, that these kind of little run-bys are doing more than just damage. They are, as we nanomuscular swell forwards, they are also doing distractions that are making Clem not do as much damage across the map. And that's probably just as valuable here. As this base gets busted down, Clem loses army supply, he loses SCVs all over the place. 29, 30 workers killed. The Hydras are so confident they are just going to dash on location. They don't even go anywhere with that dash. You see that? You guys see that? They literally just dashed in place at the very end there. That's funny. BM dash? Is that what this is? The BM dash where you just don't dash anyways? It's like, I could have moved, but I don't gotta. Let's have a look at that Bane run by. They didn't dash, they NMS'd? Oh, of course. Let's see where this Bane run by actually comes from. Down here, and they just walk in behind the... Well, they're actually just going to walk in behind the depots. It's only 4 Banes. They get so much damage done. Wow, that second volley of Banes is insane. Getting 12 more SCVs with 2 Banelings is genuinely one of the best connections you can find on a mining mineral line. So. Was that a mana swap? I don't think it's a... I mean, he could have been dashing other Hydras. But I guess if he was dashing other Hydras, he would have had to click, and then these Hydras would have also dashed, right? Maybe. This is my last stream for about a week. I'll probably be here 1 week today. Like I said, just day off tomorrow. Home Story Cup Thursday through Monday. I'll be back myself on stream on Tuesday. I think it's an Olimoleague on Tuesday next week again, so I'll probably just be here for that, so... Hell yeah. Alright, in the bottom right-hand side is going to be our Red Terran player from Team Liquid. We have Clem, and he's down a game, looking to bring it back on Whispers of Gold. In the top left, our blue Zerg is Dark. He's got a 1-0 lead. See what he can do with it. Give a man like Dark a 1-0 lead. Anything is possible. Overlord just moving about, drones on the way, hatchery building. So we get settled for just a couple of moments. So we take a couple minutes here, get set up. SCV will patrol. Reaper and the Orbital coming up as we get ourselves underway. Hatch, gas, and pool coming through. Reaper pops out. Let's see if Clem can do much with that overload. It's mostly just going to be for scout and keeping an eye on things here in these early stages, I imagine. First time watching an actual live game, always just casting. Can you do this often? I do this every day. I do a lot of live StarCraft 2 casting. Any news on ESL losses or any other big tournaments? Oop. Unless you meant the WardiTV Christmas Invitational coming to you this December. Probably not the size you were looking for, though. Probably not quite what you were hoping to hear. No, we have no news on the circuit this year. Double CC from Clem again, not really too surprising. I mean, Wisps of the Gold can be an aggressive map though, so maybe Dark will have something to do about that. Well, SCV's going to mine away. Command center coming up. Starport on the way in. A couple of Hellions on the way from Clem as well. As that Reaper hops to the high ground, but will be met by a few circling, so can't do too much. Never stop posting hero vids, and I'll always have your sub. I have a few hero vids coming up, I believe. Next week and a bit. I just did all my YouTube for the next 8 days. Shorts, uploads, like proper videos and shorts and stuff. I just did all of that earlier today, so I don't have to do anything for the next little while. Would I ever place small ads in the corners to support the broadcast? What, like sponsors? But yeah, we do sponsors a fair bit on Twitch. We just don't have any right now. Yeah, we are pretty much always looking to monetize because I put a lot of money into StarCraft 2. In fact, I was just doing my taxes, and over the past, well, not the past 12 months specifically, but in the last tax year, we gave out over $70,000 of prize money. So we gotta do all the things to make the money to give the money away, you know. So yeah. Oh, that was a pretty cool one, breaking the 70k marker last year. Grenades go down, Queen's gonna get bopped around, Creep Tumor gets grabbed. And we do have our Ling Ravager coming up, so it is gonna be aggression from Dark on this aggressive map. Actually, I was re-watching, I think it was a Dark Clem game the other day when it was this map as well, and Dark also did like a Roach Ravager Ling all in onto the third base of Clem, and basically, I mean, it's just so difficult to touch. It might not have been Clem, it might have been Bjorn actually. But yeah, something just like this. Now, Clem doesn't have his third on location, and he shouldn't try and take it. But what's frustrating, it's going to be a very long time until he can reliably defend that third. You probably have to put tanks on the high ground to cover it. Let's see if Clem can even survive that far, as right now, Ling Roach Ravager just waltzes into the natural. A 1-2-3, a 1-2-3, and in we go. A couple of Banshees, though, I mean, they can obviously clean up. The barrels do not connect. I mean, 2 of the barrels connected, but the Banshee does not die. The third barrel is not there, as we are going to be seeing the Ling Ravager. Just going to try and break through. 14 SCVs already going down. Just going to see a couple of Roaches. Just going to continue to go. 17, 18 SCVs going down. The Ling Roach continue to hit that SCV line, so a lot of SCVs continue to get picked away at the moment. Banshees will continue to drop as Lings get back onto the orbital. So the orbital command continuing to go down here. Flare on the way up, drones in production, Stimpack and +1 attack upgrade building as well. It's 35 SCVs going down. That is devastating for Clem. Now here's the chance for Clem. He's got 2 Banshees. They are good at harassing. He's got Stim about to finish. That's a great way to harass as well. So his setup is decent. He's got a third CC. I would not like this third CC to stay on the low ground. I wish he'd just pick it up and put it back in the main. A little bit of lost SCV build time when you do that, but I'd rather he lose a little bit of SCV build time right here and now than... I just feel like the Lings are going to run by that third and kill SCVs anyway, right? So the Lings are going to run through. Marines are going to take a little bit of a chance to run away. Some of the Lings getting the natural. I mean, there was no full wall off anyway, so raising the depot makes no difference. As, the tank gets a lot of kills. The Marines actually kind of hold on. That was way less devastating than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to take a whole bunch more SCV damage, but not just yet. Down 30 workers, though. The problem is he's been distracted, and so he can't get across the map to deal damage. And you kind of got to go across and do something to slow the Zerg down right now. So you got to get... yeah, you kind of got to go, but he kind of just didn't go in the time window, I don't think. Now Dark can even take damage. It doesn't even matter. Like, he's still so far ahead. I think he had to get across, but he was obviously afraid of the potential counterattacks, which did arrive as well, so he wasn't wrong to be afraid, but... Yep. 5 drones going down, and Queens get across, the Banshees get chased. Jim is in the Overlord, getting picked away at right now. Queen's gonna trade, a couple Queens and the Lings and come back across the other direction. Let's continue to run in toward those Marines. They lift back into the medevacs once again. And just up to the top. Hatcher going to take some damage. I mean, Hive on the way up. Clem is going to equalize the supply. And he's only 10 SCVs behind at this point. Am I getting a little crazy? Am I getting a little crazy for believing? Bane speed about halfway done. The melee upgrade's still coming through. The medevacs load up. The hatchery still taking a beating as the Queens gets there. One Banshee goes down. Dark did not have a good follow-up here in this game at all. Wow, Clem is... I don't want to say he's winning, because I do worry a little bit about the speed of the Hive. It kind of feels like he's winning. Banes go down, the Swole goes down, this hatchery's going to die. Sorry, I just need to take a moment to process this game state. No! Clem, that didn't mean you had to stop playing the game as well. Okay, I mean, that makes it a little bit easier to understand. That was brutal. As Clem was on his way to really bouncing back in this, that's just going to slow him down a lot. Those Marines are still alive. I mean, they're just a threat, whereas now Dark can move around a lot more easily and not worry about that big, group of medevacs. A couple of drones go down, Ling Bane coming back over. I mean, Clem is still on the supply lead. Man, that was such a brutal connection. You don't see Clem mess up like that every day. Let's load back up. Our Ultra Cavern coming through. The 2-2 melee, 2-2 attack race coming up. Plus 2 melee, adrenal glands. Ling Bane just gets a little wrap around again. Glands coming up, 2-2 upgrades coming through. Got solve the burrow on the way. Again, adrenal and the adaptive talents coming by. Marine medevac tank is going to go out across to the left-hand side. A couple of liberators coming up as well here from Clem. So just going to get those on the way also. For sieges, one queen goes down. Clem still has the supply advantage right now as he starts to press up, but I do think ultras are going to offset that a little bit. Clem's army is mostly Marine tank. There's no Marauders. I think the Ultras are going to be a good enough kind of factor, and also a lovely run by. Thanks to this mineral line, but we don't actually get to do enough. That Sim City was good enough to hold off the Lings as long as he needed to there. The Marines continue up. The Banes are going to get chased. Bane's going to connect right there as well as Dark is able to find more damage. Marines unload from the medevacs. Medevac getting back up towards the top. The Lings and the medevacs continue together. Marines going to turn around and stim. A few more Lings going down. A couple of Banes are going to come over. Marines will load back into the medevacs once more. Ultras will continue to chase. The Lings are going to be there to grab a couple of those siege tanks. Those tanks taking some serious amounts of damage. Marines will unload onto the tanks as well. Deliberate shots, Hatcher goes down. Ling's gonna run across, Orbital lifts up, SCV's gonna keep on running away as the Ling Bane continues to trail on in. I mean, Dark is definitely doing some work with these run bys. Might start to get some, you know, SCVs in that natural. They are mass repairing a depot, which is gonna die. Oh my goodness, how are we? Oh no, 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 the Banelings are gonna crash into the SCVs. No, they got blown up by tanks. Now these ones! No, still no. These SCVs have been the most doomed SCVs for so long, and yet they've not actually died. Oh, no, now they're actually going to die. No, the SCVs that could have lived. They do not live. They finally go down as eventually the units of Dark get through. Parasitic bombs. Clem is going to just live with a full medevac. Clem just doesn't have a great Ultralist counter. If he could deal with the Ultras more easily, I kind of believe. That's why Dark contaminates the starport. Liberators are the best thing Clem can build against Ultras at the moment, and if you can't build the Liberators, then the Ultras are just going to dominate this game, and I think that's why Dark is going to be in a big favorite, a heavily favored position right now. I think it's actually not even close. Brain's going to fight, Ultra's going to run across, Tank's going to be there. Chase some things back, Parasitic Bomb's going to go off and Liberator and the Medevac. Still burrowed up. The Overseer is going to drop a few more changelings down. The Ultras, nom 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 nom. Yeah, they're going to eat up those Marines. I really feel like every time an Ultra kills a unit, it should get a little bit bigger. I honestly feel like it's the perfect unit. By the way, these Ultras, talking about them being bigger, they are a bit bigger again, right? Their size was reverted in this patch, a last-minute change. I have no idea why. I have absolutely no clue why we reverted the Ultra size, but apparently to make them feel big and epic again. That's the plan on that one. But all good on that. Is going to come through. We're going to go after the siege tank, the planetary here, SCVs as well. So glad Ultras are bigger again. Yeah. I just love how it's like, you know what? Ultras are bigger now. We can just, yeah, let's just make them bigger. It's because they push units now, right? So it's like, why not have them bigger? So it doesn't matter if they can push things. It's funny. It's such a like non-issue kind of change, like so unnecessary, but here we are. Someone's been really like bothered by this Ultralisk size ever since it was changed, and now they got their redemption. This has been an absolute mess of a game, by the way. Sometimes the best StarCraft is messy StarCraft, but not all messy StarCraft is the best StarCraft. I think that's going to come in the latter category, this one, because it's just been a little bit too wild and wonderful for me. As I think Dog is going to obviously stream across and probably do well enough. I mean, we'll see if Clem just goes unstoppable with that army across the map, but I still don't think he has a good enough answer to Ultralisks. No answer to Ultras is kind of an issue. Comes across, lands, doesn't actually clean up the bio, but Clem's on 63 supply. This game is only going in one direction. And that is the direction of Dark. 2-0 in Clem, what a result that is for him. That's the GG. Dark takes it 2-0. He's going to advance to the semis. But he will fight Bjorn in some more ZVT.